So are you feeling stuck in your resale business right now, guys? We're going to talk about some key things that will help you grow, will help you get past. Maybe you're struggling with, hey, I'm at a ceiling right now and I cannot figure out how to get past it. We're going to talk about some things that should help you bust through that ceiling and go to that next level.
And some of these things are some of your favorite things to talk about too,
Absolutely.
because a lot of them have to do with positivity is a big one. And let's dive into that one first.
Absolutely.
So we get to talk about this stuff every morning when we run and listen to podcasts and stuff. But really one of the first things is to make sure you are surrounding yourself with positive people, with positive influence in podcasts and videos and that sort of thing. So make sure that that is in your mind and not all the negativity.
Yeah, I feel
So
like a lot of people don't have that positivity key into their life, but it's not as hard as it used to be. You can find audiobooks, you can find regular books, you can find motivational, you can find a lot of stuff, podcasts, all kinds of things. Even like this podcast, you can find a lot of stuff that is motivating, that is helpful to help you get around. And I think of a saying right now as I'm talking, the one that JLD always ends his podcast with, or he used to, is you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. And that doesn't have to be physical people that are in your life, but it can definitely be, hey, I'm listening to Tony Robbins. Hey, I'm listening to this. Hey, I'm listening to this. These are the 5 people who are pouring into my life. Even if I don't know them, they're pouring into my life. So I can be an average of that person. So you just take away from that so much more. And like Melissa said, we do a jog almost every single morning. And what we're doing, we could listen to music like we used to back in the day
yeah.
when we were younger. Excuse me.
Younger. We're not that old yet.
When we were younger, we would listen to music because it would help us get through a run. But now we don't do that. We actually listen to audiobooks. We listen to podcasts. We listen to all these things to help us grow in our business and grow as a couple and as a family. That's what we're constantly pouring into our lives. And you guys have that opportunity as well to find those people to help build you up, that positivity that will help you grow for sure.
And I will say within the last couple of years or the last decade, really, another thing that has become a huge influence on our lives is social media. So be very conscious of the people that you follow on social media. Are they helping you to be better at yourself, at whatever you're trying to grow at, or at yourself? Are they encouraging you? Are they motivating you? Are they, you leaving with a positive feeling? I mean, I know like positive can be kind of like frou-frou, but it's not. It's so important. Or are you reading these posts and you're getting angry? Are you reading these things and just getting frustrated? Are they making you just torment inside? Because there's so much going on in the world right now. And I'm not saying to not know what anything is going on. Like, don't like live in a bubble, but you have to be really careful who you follow. Like, unfollow those people that maybe don't make you feel good about yourself, or maybe, make you feel inferior, like, oh, I'm not good enough. Follow the people who are encouraging.
Absolutely. And that is one of the reasons why, I mean, years and years ago, Melissa and I quit watching the news. I noticed that I would get up in the morning. My normal routine was get up in the morning, I'd eat my breakfast, do my shake, whatever I was doing, and I would just put on the news and I would watch it. And then I started realizing, dude, this is all negativity. Somebody got shot over there. Somebody got shot over here. This is the world. The interest rates are climbing. The world's falling apart. And it's all like, I was like,
Doom and gloom
man,
all the time.
I don't want to deal with that the first part of my day. So Melissa and I gave up news. It's probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We quit watching it.
Even
And
longer, I feel like.
Melissa is on social media. I'm a lot less on social media
Yeah.
than Melissa is. So if anything crazy happens, somebody on social media posted and somehow
We'll know about it, right? We have iPhones, they'll tell us, right?
exactly, but we get to know that. So that is one of those things that you will find your attitude totally dropping if that is the kind of stuff that you're listening to. And I'm not just saying the news is bad or anything like that, but if you are in groups, if you're around people that are constantly negative and negative and negative, that will definitely bring down your productivity, and it'll put you in a weird spot versus the people who are telling me you can do this, you absolutely can do it, and the positivity that you're around that. So just definitely be aware of that's around. I mean, you have 2 ways to go, the negativity or the positivity. And if you can surround yourself with, even if it's not people in your immediate family or people in your immediate circle, you can find those podcasts, you can find those audiobooks, you can find those things that will help you grow to wherever you're at, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, and you just said it though. I was gonna say, you're like, well, does really being around positive people really affect my reselling business? Like, can that really affect it? But it affects your productivity.
Absolutely.
It really does. And like what you think of yourself and how you can get motivated and encouraged. And also all the time that you maybe are wasting on social media or watching stuff that it doesn't really serve you. So we like to kill two birds with one stone or multitask or whatever. So we listen to a positive podcast or audiobook in the morning, and we run and get
While we're
our
exercising.
while we're exercising. And then we also, of course, we're walking, so we get to see if there's anything on the side of the road at the same time. So
And we're investing in our relationship. We're spending time together. So we're trying to do as much as we possibly can.
multitask as much as we can.
Exactly. And it works out really, really well. Melissa and I work good together, and we absolutely love what we get to do. So it's amazing.
That brings us into our next thing too. So at the end, like we finish our run and we have a lot more energy, which doesn't seem like that's right, but it's completely true. Like we're even we'd like to come back and actually do our podcast or record our podcasts or videos right when we come back, because it's like when they're the most energized. And so if we didn't do that, then it's a little bit harder. We have to kind of pick it up a little bit and think about it more before. But that brings us to the next part of accountability. Find an accountability person, somebody that's encouraging, that's going to lift you up, but that you can be accountable to in your reselling business.
Absolutely.
So we have each other that we get to say, okay, well, what are you doing today? What are you working on? What are you doing? And then, okay, I'm going to get this done by the end of the day. And that helps us.
Yeah. We also have a private group that people are in, and they are so thankful that they're able to comment there, not just for accountability, but the positivity that is in the group. Melissa and I are very low drama. We do not like drama. We don't deal with drama well. And it's one of those things that this group that we have is amazing for how many people are there posting and uplifting and helping other people. I'm doing right now with some of our members, I'm doing strategy calls, and I was on a call last night with one of our members, and he was saying, you guys have built this amazing group that I'm in, this kind of tooting on my own horn. So bear with me for a second, but I'm going with a point. He's like, group is amazing because every time I ask a question, I get a serious answer how to fix my problem. He says, I've been on so many other groups, and I don't know, I'm not social media guy, so really I don't go into other groups. I have no idea. But he says, I'm on other groups, and when I post a question, or I've posted a question in the past, and I get a sarcastic answer, an answer that the other answers make me feel stupid, and it's like, I don't get that here. So the whole point is, find somebody, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend down the street, whether it's an online person who can
find somebody on social media, or find somebody,
yes,
a friend on Facebook, or
who can help you stay accountable, who can help you grow, but make sure that person is a positive person. Don't get somebody who's doom and gloom and negative and saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Those are not the type of people you want as accountability partner. You want somebody who is going to help you get to that next level. And it really is going to be a positive person who can speak to you and hold you accountable on your goals.
And we've really made that thing. That's why our group is more positive too, is because we encourage that, because we start out saying there's no stupid questions. Like, ask a question. If you don't know the answer, like, everybody's starting from different levels. So everybody started at some point and had the questions. So there's no stupid questions.
And our goal is to help people grow. With even this podcast, this video, we're trying to help people learn and help people grow. There's no stupid questions. We always want to be at the point where we're further ahead than a lot of people. And if you look at us compared to somebody else, probably they're further ahead than us, but we want to be able to help people grow. And that's just answering questions and really, really helping people grow by doing that, and not acting like, that's a dumb question, or why are you doing that? Because that's twofold right there. When somebody does post a question, a legit question that they don't know the answer to, and I make them feel stupid, they're not going to ask another question. And I don't want anybody ever to get to the point where, okay, I can't ask a question or I'm going to get attacked. So in our group, that's what it is. And that's our first thing that we tell everybody. There's no stupid questions. If anybody jumps on you and tries to act that way, we'll kick them out of the group. We don't want drama. We only want people who are here to help. So that's really what we preach and kind of what we do, live out of our own group that we're in. And there's other people out there. It's not necessarily our group. There are some other people in other groups that are like ours, and absolutely just get plugged into something where you can have that accountability partner who's going to be uplifting and really hold you accountable and be more of an uplifting voice versus a negative voice, for sure.
And for sure. And which kind of brings also the group aspect, brings it to the next one too, is having a abundance mindset over a scarcity mindset. So I always I don't want to say look down upon, but like mindset stuff, like to me, it was kind of like, that just seems like, I don't know, frou-frou. Like, I'm more like, give me a task, let me get it done. I don't really care about what I think about it. But then I also tend to go a little more negative mindset than you do. So you have to bring me out of it. So I do have that, which helps. But the abundancy versus scarcity mindset is so big, because in our group, or in, everywhere on the internet, you can see like people who who are posting stuff. So like say for our group, for instance, people will post stuff that they sell, and then other people go find it in their areas. But instead of hiding it, they could just hoard it and say like, oh, well, this is going to be my thing, I'm hoarding it. But instead they have an abundance mindset that these things are everywhere, and so they tell people about it. And because there is so much stuff everywhere, we've heard that over and over again. Well, there's not going to be enough stuff to keep flipping. You don't know how much stuff gets thrown out every day. Like it is a lot.
Just go into any retail store and look at all the stuff in retail stores. If you think about how many people are buying stuff to replace stuff, where's all the old stuff going that they're replacing? Guys, there's always going to be some great deals out there that we can buy and resell in the used market for sure.
Yeah, I watched a video clip of something too, of all when the stuff was set offshore and they couldn't get it, and then all of a sudden this warehouse was overfilled, and had too much stuff that they couldn't even hardly give it away. So then they were selling it for pennies on the dollar to resellers to try to get them, so they had some inventory to sell. But there's always stuff. And also that we got to go walk behind that back of that thrift store when we were on our trip, and the amount of stuff that they have to go through and price and put out on their floor. They had a huge warehouse, and they probably had double, if not triple, the amount of stuff in back of it, like that
was outside the warehouse that they could not go through quick enough to get it inside.
In an outdoor section that they hadn't gone through yet, because there's so much stuff, and then a lot of that stuff ends up getting thrown away. So there is definitely always going to be stuff. You can't think, oh, somebody's already selling this, I can't sell it. That's definitely not the case.
Abundance mindset is definitely key in this business, guys. There's so much to go around. And I've had other people approach me and say, why are you teaching people how to do this? There's, know, you're going to put yourself out of business. Guys, I love what I do. I'll do it the rest of my life. And I guarantee there will be stuff all the time. Always there will be stuff. You can find stuff almost anywhere. We are a society that has stuff everywhere to flip. So,
and there's always going to be people who don't want to go and search for it, who don't want to go to the thrift stores and look for it. They want to go on their phone, still get a good deal, and have it shipped to them.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of people that are friends and stuff. They're like, here, take this. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to, worry about it. Or can you look for this for me? Or they just want to go on their phone and find it. So
absolutely.
They don't want to take the time. So there will always be those different people. So you don't have to think like there's not enough to go around. So, and then the last one is, that's number 4. Be willing to grow and push outside your comfort zone.
Huge, guys. And we've talked about this before in the past. If you are not growing, you are going backwards. It's not like you're standing. That
challenged us this year a lot.
You're not just standing still. You think about anything. Nothing can just stand still, not grow or decay. If you're not growing, you're going backwards. It's one of the things, you're decaying. I mean, that's probably not the best analogy, but you know what I mean. And that's like Melissa and I, this is what we believe. We believe, like we said, we're investing into ourselves. We're constantly learning. We're constantly listening to podcasts and to audiobooks and stuff like that. But we're also investing into our lives, we're constantly, I can't even remember the last time we have not had our own coach. We pay for coaches to help us, business coaches, to help us get to the next level, to set up our business in different ways and stuff like that. This is something that it's not just something that we preach to everybody else. We do it. We constantly do it. And I was
going to add that it amazes me because we listen to a lot of these business people who are a lot smarter than us, and we want to learn from. And some of these people, I'm like, why did they have coaches? I'm like, why do you need a business coach? Like, you're uber successful. Why on earth do you need to keep learning? Like, you got this down. But every single one of them has somebody that they go to and that they're accountable to, and it makes you grow more. So
absolutely. And we're not just talking about anybody. We're talking about people worth $200 million still paying for coaching, still actually coaching with people who are at that next level that they're trying to constantly grow. And that's Melissa and I. We're constantly trying to grow in every aspect of our lives and our business. That's what we want to do. So that's one of those things. You have to be willing to go and grow, constantly grow and get better at what you're doing. So not being complacent, no good. No bueno. You want to definitely be growing for sure.
And just this last week, we had a cool story that like Betty stepped outside of her comfort zone. And then she's like, you could tell the story better, but why the heck haven't I done this before?
Yeah. So we actually have a student right now who's in one-on-one coaching, high profit coaching with us. She's been with us for a couple months now, and she actually did her first freight shipment. I helped her walk through the process of it. And after she did it, she told me, she's like, you have no idea how liberating this is. It's just amazing that I can do this. why did I wait so long before jumping into freight stuff? Because my mindset was, I can't do it. It's way too hard. I don't know what I'm doing. And she said, when I jumped into this coaching, you helped me get to that next level. And like I said, I helped her walk through her first freight shipment. And she's like,
it wasn't that hard.
She's like, this is insane. I am so upset that I went this long without doing these types of sales. I could have made so much more money if I would have just done it, got through it, realized how it's not that hard, and then I could keep doing it. So she's super excited to grow. She's super excited to keep doing more and more large items, high profit items, and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those things that, yeah, it's really, really cool to grow out of your comfort zone. I'll even pull this back to something for Melissa and I. If you don't know, I think we've talked about it on the podcast, but we were asked to speak on stage.
Yeah, we did.
I can talk on camera. I can talk on microphone. No problem. That doesn't faze me whatsoever, but put me in a room, especially this had, I think, 800 or 900 people in the room. Put me in a room like that on a stage and I'm the center of attention. That's crazy. Like, that's like my worst nightmare ever, is having to do something like that. And they asked us to do it, and I could have said, no, I don't want to do that. I
really want to do it.
And I didn't want to do it, but we did it because we knew we had to grow. We knew to grow, we had to tackle that thing that was scaring me. And I don't know about, I mean, Melissa probably wasn't.
No, it scared me too.
Scared as much as I was.
It scared me whenever we were practicing and you forgot your lines. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be good.
It was crazy, but that's what we're talking about, is growing. The stuff that scares you when you get to it. And then what did we say? I mean, what did I say when I came off the stage? Melissa's like, would you ever do that again? And I'm like, book us another event. I want to do it again. I want to do it because it was
crazy.
It was a rush. It was so much fun to be able to do that. And then after the fact, after it's over, I'm like, yeah, I really want to challenge myself. I want to get better at this. I want to be able to do this. So,
and we never really prepared for anything more than we had for that.
Absolutely.
So, and we actually finally got a copy of it this last couple weeks. So we're gonna
be on the lookout.
Yeah, we'll share it with you guys if you guys want to. I mean, if you want to. It's our first one. So, but it was fun. So share what we shared with the youth to get them excited about starting their own eBay business.
Yeah. It was so much fun. So,
so
cool. Anything else you got?
Well, recap. And that, so first, find some of those positive people, podcasts, books, shows, whatever it is, and listen to those and be around those people who encourage you. And it may take, I don't want to say cutting people out of your life, but like, you just might have to distance yourself from some people that maybe you feel like they're bringing you down all the time. And not, you can't cut family and whatever.
And spouses. You guys, we're not telling you to do that stuff.
Like, but just maybe show them that what you can do in your business and prove to them like, okay, this is working.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to add to that or not.
No, I think it's a good point. But if you're making a mental note, and a lot of people don't realize this stuff, they have no idea because they've never really sat down and thought, hey, I'm talking to Becky, my best friend here, and I'm telling her ideas, and she's like, yeah, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, that's impossible. You can't. And then you start thinking, well, why? This is what's crushing me, is because I don't have somebody supporting me and telling me that this is a possibility. I need to get rid of that. Not to get rid of your best friend, Becky, you know what I mean? But just limit what you're telling her that's going to definitely pull down your mindset. Just limit some of those ideas. And find that person that you're going to,
you can share it with and be excited with.
Exactly. So. Find those people and do it. And you're going to be super surprised at how your mindset's going to start going up and being like, shoot, I can do this. I know I can do this. And it will be a huge shift in your business for sure.
Yep. So listen to positive people and find them in your life. Find an accountability partner. If you're in our group, be on the lookout because we're going to start partnering up some people. If you want to do that, you can totally
behind the scenes. Nobody knows that yet, but it's going to be cool. We're going to start doing accountability
partners. For that. Change your mindset from scarcity to abundance, because
another big one
is so much out there for everyone, and be willing to grow and push outside of your comfort zone.
That's it.
And one thing that you said Betty was so excited that she did this freight shipment, and it wasn't as bad, and she was able to do it and not have to actually touch the item, which is something that we are teaching in this upcoming course that we are so excited about.
Yeah. Now, and I want to back up for a second too with Betty. And you guys don't know Betty. I know Betty, and I don't know how old Betty is. And if Betty, if you're listening to this, I apologize. But Betty's probably, I would say she's in her 60s. That's how she's doing freight shipments in her 60s, which is insane. It's just so cool. I hope when I'm in my 60s, I'm doing stuff like Betty's doing. So she's encouraging me and she's doing stuff like, anyways, all that being put aside, I realize when I start talking about somebody, people don't know. I see Betty in my head and I know who she is, but you guys don't. So that's another thing of it. But back to what Melissa said. This is the first time ever, guys. Today is the last day. So if you're listening to this, is it on Friday?
Yeah. If you're listening to this the day it came out, yeah.
Today is the last day for enrollment at 50% on this new course where we are teaching what Melissa just said, how to do this business sitting in your house, in your lazy boy chair, wherever you're at your kitchen table, without actually having to touch a high profit appliance, without actually having to touch it. This is the first time we've ever put a system together, the first time we've ever taught this, and it is in this course. So we're super, super excited. Today is the last day of enrollment. If you're on listening to this podcast or you're watching this video, if it's Friday, definitely jump in. This is your last chance before it goes back up to $1,000, $997.
Yep, this link will be in the show notes, so make sure you check it out. We're so excited about it, so excited to hopefully work with you. And if nothing else, just hopefully we helped you encourage and change your mindset to a little bit more positive today and this week. So
Absolutely.
I have you in my head every
Tell
day.
you what.
Like it does. I tend to be a more negative person, and I tend to go that I put myself in this place, and then I have him, which sometimes might be a little bit annoying sometimes, but
and
overall,
I'm the opposite. I'm like, that mountain, you're telling me I can't climb that mountain? Watch me. We're going. We got this. It's no doubt I got this. If I know one other person did it, I can do it.
That's a huge thing.
I can do it.
If you know one person can do it, then it can be done. And that's a huge psyche. There's a whole, that opens up a whole new can of worms. Like with the, what is the minute mile that they broke 4 minute mile?
Yeah, you're
like
right.
That one person
and then
did
they started
it. And
breaking it.
Yeah. And then
breaking it.
Because one person did it. And then 3 people did it that year. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was that's just because one person did it.
And that's my mindset. If I know one person has done it, it's possible. It has, I mean, there's no reason why I can't do it if somebody else has done it. So, and there really are a lot of reasons why I couldn't, but in my mindset, I can. I know I can absolutely do it if somebody else has done it. And that's what I'm sure that gets a little bit annoying to Melissa, because I come up with an idea and I'm like, we got this. This is somebody else has done it. This person's done it. Let's do it. And so, yeah, anyways,
hopefully
as we digress,
were encouraging it to you, and just a little bit of positivity to your day.
Yeah.
So
you guys rock. We will see you guys on the next episode. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
See ya.